News coming in. Qatar's Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Jassim Al Thani has just addressed the press conference along with Turkish Foreign Minister. In the press conference, Qatar's PM stated that the current war must stop immediately and that Iran should stop their attacks and not expand the conflict to the region further. According to the Qatar PM, any expansion of the war will never enable stability as the attack continues to affect millions of people around the world. He further said Iranian attacks since the start of the war have caused a massive shock. The assault poses a lot of questions for the region in terms of relationships amongst neighboring countries. The Sheikh Mohammed has said trust has been lost now, but it must be restored. Let me bring in Major and Sudhakarji back into the conversation. Major and Sudhakarji, we were of course expecting a statement along these lines to come in. But when we talk about trust being lost, but the ability for it to be restored, what does that truly mean? And who are the countries that are going to play a vital role in then rebuilding this trust in the Middle East, which quite frankly, the United States of America has done a pretty great job of dismantling the trust?
Absolutely. Very well said, Devika. No conflict has ever unfolded safeguarding the factor of trust, which is very central for coexistence in the geopolitical order in the world. So the biggest victim in the world today is the trust. And Donald Trump is actually, he needs to be given Nobel Peace Prize and some prize of excellence for having actually triggered lack of trust in the world order. So I don't think, in my assessment and my analysis, that trust is that easy. It is not a cakewalk. You dream about it and walk over the night. Next day morning you're shaking hands. No, it's a breach. It's a coexistence. 700 kilometers away from each other. Here is a country has opened fire, continues to fire. Now, has anybody asked as to why has Iran taken recourse to firing at their neighbors? Iran has been pushed to a corner. Iran has made it very clear. Not that I'm in the side of Iran, nor in the side of terrorism, but one has to think holistically and the factor of cause and effect. Something has caused and become an effect, and that effect has become some cause, and that's how the causal law carries on. And therefore, Iran has said it very categorically, if you attack me, I am going to attack back. There is nothing wrong. In matters of military science or in war, the casus belli, they call it, the prima donna, the factor which drives the beginning or trigger of this thing is casus belli. Who actually found the casus belli? The casus belli for Iran was the bombing of the supreme leader, the head of a state, and 49 leaders. But the casus belli for America and Israel may have been the 7th October 2023. A many number of people who would have been killed by the proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas, and all these. So in order to bring in something, the past has to be forgotten once and for all. Let's make a new beginning. I think there is some sense which is coming with lots of positive indications. But my gut feeling, Devika, is that Iran has been pushed too much into a corner. The self-esteem of a nation, of civilizational nation, has not been broken. It has been decimated. And if somebody has read Iran, sorry, I'm taking liberty because the ambassador deserves to have the last say on the subject. Here is a country, it is not going to give him so easily. Even if there is some peace agreement, like Iran-Iraq war is holding out for good, let's say, or Sinai Peninsula, that agreement is still holding out. If something like that, some miracle takes place, something is going to hold out fine. Otherwise, my wild guess is that this is going to be the second Vietnam. The Iranians or the people of America, inside America, will get after Donald Trump and the leadership who are in the hierarchy. Their life will be made miserable because they did not have the casus belli of going in for war against Iran. They did not have enough justification to have commenced this particular thing. Iran had been telling time and again, don't start the war. I will fight back. I'll hit the neighbors. I'll hit the bases, army bases. I'll hit the energy centers. Time and again, they have taken it very kindly. You cannot go in for a war, no matter how small the country is. You cannot go with a misguided assessment of underestimating the enemy. If you are starting with underestimation of the enemy, that is a wrong way to start a conflict. You are definitely going to make noise before the defeat, and that noise is going to be something which will remind you constantly about the Vietnam, how they rushed back from Vietnam. They spent 10 long years. In this case also, there will be no face-saving exit of Donald Trump unless he makes up his mind tonight and says that I have achieved whatever I wanted to. I have gone beyond my objective. I want to pull back and get back to, taking Cuba on my lap. Cuba is troubling me much more than what Iran is troubling. On those kind of things, if it creates a premise, perhaps that may become a excuse for an exit. Otherwise, I don't find a dignified, honorable exit until unless some meaningful, substantive effort is made by some neutral agency. Which is that going to be the neutral agency? I really don't know. The United Nations or some other collective, united front presented by a couple of countries coming together. But there is one point of advice for India from my side. And that advice is, no matter what the situation remains in Middle East or anywhere in the world, it is not the right time for India to step forward and take initiative for brokering peace anyway. It is time to look within and strengthen our own fundamentals, make our country stronger, look ahead and march ahead for a high-end objective that we have selected for ourselves to become a global power earlier than 2047 with 30 trillion US dollar economy with enhanced per capita income. That should be the noble objective, and not to fritter away time, resources and commitment by going in for making peace like many very senior officials and senior appointments in the country hierarchy, retired and serving. They are all clamoring for India's initiative to go in for this. No.